Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. It begins in Port Charles, a world of shifting loyalties and hidden agendas, and right now, all eyes are on a family rift that could lead to major fallout. At the center of it, Carly Spencer, the strong, complicated matriarch, and her daughter Josslyn Jax, whose secret life is threatening everything. Carly has always believed she knows her daughter. She raised Josslyn in the crucible of the Corinthos Spencer world, giving her guidance, protection, love. But what Carly didn't know was that Josslyn had stepped into an entirely different world, the covert ranks of the WSB, and Carly was the last to know. Josslyn's double life has been unfolding quietly, until now. The bombshell: she is working for the WSB, undercover, recruited by someone Carly thought she trusted. Jason Morgan finally comes clean and tells Carly the truth. Carly is stunned. She feels betrayed. More than that, anger, fear, disbelief. If you were Carly, you'd feel the same way. Your child is living a life you never signed off on. She's surrounded by danger, deception, secrecy. And worst of all, you weren't the one she came to when she needed protection. Carly learns she was behind the curve. She was the last to know. That stings. Now enters Carly's plan. She is not going to sit idly by. She has chosen to act. But the question, at what cost? Carly decides she must bring down Jack Brennan. Why? Because she believes he's responsible for drawing Josslyn into the WSB, and now he must pay. Jack's involvement is no surprise. Carly trusted him. But now that trust has shattered. She reaches out to Valentine Cassadine. She schemes. She sets the wheels in motion. And in doing so, she risks something huge, kicking her own daughter out of the WSB. This isn't just about office politics. This isn't a slap on the wrist. This is about someone's career, someone's life, and yes, someone's daughter. Picture Josslyn, full of ambition, feeling alive, believing in what she's doing, believing she's making a difference. Then her world is shattered. She doesn't know that her mother is the force behind the operation to remove her. The betrayal will hit hard. And Josslyn will be furious. She has every right. This isn't just being disciplined. This is her mother turning against her. Carly must face the fallout. How does she justify it? She will argue, "I'm doing this to protect you. I'm doing this because you're in danger. I'm doing this because you're not facing the reality of what you've signed up for." And she's right. Josslyn has signed up for a life where nothing is straightforward, where danger is a constant, where the rules are different. But from Josslyn's perspective, you feel invincible. You feel you've been chosen. You've been trusted. You're part of something larger. And then the ground drops out from under you when you realize your mother is the enemy. There is no bigger blow for a daughter who looked to her mother for support and alliance. And now that's gone. The next scene, confrontation. It is inevitable. Carly and Josslyn will face off. Words will be sharp. Emotions raw. Josslyn will demand the truth. She'll ask, why? Why did you let me? Why did you not protect me? Why did you go behind my back? And Carly will answer, but perhaps not in the way Josslyn wants to hear. She will say, "I tried, but you left me out." And then there is, of course, the larger context. Jack Brennan holds the power. He's the one who recruited Josslyn. He's the one keeping secrets from Carly. He's the one who can make or break her career in the WSB. Carly's war with Jack is not just about revenge. It's about control, protection. She's trying to wrest Josslyn's fate back into her hands. But she risks losing Josslyn in the process. Because taking Josslyn out of the WSB may actually leave her vulnerable. The secret world Josslyn inhabits is dangerous. And Jack could respond by shutting her out. By making sure she cannot stay in that world. The threat isn't just getting kicked out. It's what happens after you're out. Who does that make you? What becomes of you? In Port Charles, that's a dangerous question. Think about Josslyn's dreams. She looked up to her mother. Yes, but she also wanted her own identity. She wanted to step out of Carly's shadow. She wanted something more. This WSB job, dangerous though it was, gave her autonomy. It gave her purpose. Now you tell her her path is being cut off. The resentment? It will be explosive. Carly knows the stakes. She knows the WSB isn't a safe place. She knows Jack's secrets. She knows her daughter is being used. But turning to violence or sabotage, she has that in her arsenal. She has the means. But what she doesn't fully anticipate is how far Josslyn will recoil. The daughter's fury. The sense of betrayal. The refusal to go quietly. Josslyn may fight. She may lash out. And Carly? She may regret. But too late. Meanwhile, the WSB angle gives even more leverage to Jack. He could interpret Carly's interference as a threat not only to Josslyn but to operations. He could respond in ways Carly did not plan for. He could use Josslyn's removal as his own weapon. So Carly's plan is risky on multiple levels. The daughter relationship, the daughter's emotions, and the power dynamics with Jack. This is soap opera gold. Now let's zoom further into the consequences. If Josslyn is kicked out of the WSB, or made to look like she's failing or untrustworthy, the ripple effects, loss of identity, a public humiliation, career thrown away, resentment towards Carly, maybe even self-destruction. Carly knows that. But she chooses to move ahead anyway because she believes she has no choice. In her mind, better to be out of the WSB alive than in and dead. But Josslyn might not see it that way. She might see it as a betrayal of everything she believed. And the gulf between them will grow. The once tight mother-daughter bond might fracture beyond personal side. Josslyn sees Carly's relationship with Jack, and she knows more than they think. The hidden manipulation, the lies, the cover-ups. Carly looked to Jack as partner and lover and ally. But now Jack is inviting Carly into a world that was meant to protect secrets. Carly's discovery that Jack held back about Josslyn's WSB life is the final straw. Jack's betrayal matters because Carly trusted him with everything. Emotionally, Carly is torn. She loves her daughter fiercely, but she's terrified. Terrified of what the world Josslyn has entered can do to her. Terrified of losing her. She is acting out of fear, even as she tries to wield power. Fear is a powerful motivator, but it can cloud judgment. The vengeance she feels against Jack could blind her to the fact that Josslyn doesn't want to be saved by her mother. She wants to be respected. She wants the truth. She wants to be valued. And that seems to be missing right now. In a pivotal scene to come, Josslyn confronts Carly. She unpacks everything. The secrecy, the lies, the cover-ups, the WSB job. She says, "You never asked me. You just assumed. You never trusted me with the truth. I trusted you, and you betrayed me." Carly tries to say she did it for you. But Josslyn says, "I didn't ask to be saved. I asked to be supported." Boom. That line will cut deep. And then the aftermath. Josslyn storms out. She walks away from the alliance she once had with her mother. She begins to build walls. She begins to question her mission. She begins to ask, who really is looking out for me? What happens when your mother is your enemy? In Port Charles, that's a question with heavy weight. Meanwhile, Carly sits alone. She made the call. She set the plan into motion. She initiated the removal from the WSB. She watched her daughter walk away. She sits with guilt, with justification, with fear. She grapples with, did I save her? Or did I destroy our relationship? The answer is in the break. The silence. The distance. And those spaces hurt more than any punch. There is another dimension. Josslyn's colleagues in the WSB know something has changed. They see Jack maneuvering. They sense Josslyn is losing favor. They watch as Carly's interference shakes the foundation. Josslyn's removal may be framed as a disciplinary action, but internally it screams of sabotage. And the WSB world is ruthless. No second chances. One misstep, you're out. Carly has triggered that chain. The question, can Josslyn claw her way back? Or does she burn bridges and walk into the unknown? Carly wants to believe that if her daughter leaves the WSB, she'll be safe. But safety sometimes means being powerless. And that power she relinquishes will weigh on Josslyn. For her, strength is identity. And if losing the WSB means losing that, she'll resent Carly all the more. On a broader scale, this story touches a universal truth. When children grow into their own lives, parents struggle with release. The let go is the hardest part. Carly is letting go of a daughter who has chosen a path Carly cannot fully embrace. It's painful. It's messy. And it's explosive. And in Port Charles, no chapter closes quietly. This conflict will spiral. Allies will pick sides. Jack will retaliate. Josslyn will make choices. Carly will face consequences. The WSB removal may just be the opening move in a larger war. What happens next? Will Josslyn redeploy herself? Will she go rogue? Will she forgive Carly or stay distant forever? Will Jack use this as leverage to undermine Carly's influence in her own life? And will Carly realize that in trying to protect her daughter by removing her from danger, she also removed her from herself? In the end, this is not just about jobs, secrets, or espionage. It's about the scars that come from betrayal. It's about the love that turns to resentment. It's about what happens when a mother's fear becomes a daughter's rebellion. And it's about whether a relationship can survive when the lines of loyalty blur. So as you watch this storyline unfold, watch closely the moments between Carly and Josslyn. The glances, the silences, the refusals to speak. These are the real battlegrounds. Because sometimes the war between mother and daughter isn't fought in boardrooms, missions, or cloak and dagger operations. It's fought in the world of unspoken expectations, unmet trust, and broken promises. Carly will learn something essential. You cannot save someone who doesn't want to be saved. Josslyn will learn, you can't walk away from everything and expect to keep everything. And Josslyn's leaving the WSB may give her freedom, but it also leaves a void that no spy mission can ever fill. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.